The US dollar is dominant, but for how long? The US dollar index has gained 15% since last year, as the Federal Reserve's hawkish stance on inflation has boosted its strength against other currencies. Since the Fed began hiking interest rates in March, returns in the US have become increasingly attractive and global investors have turned to more dollar-denominated investments. In addition to boosting investments in the US, a strong dollar relative to other currencies is good news for American consumers in that it makes foreign goods cheaper to import. With inflation raging at its most intense level in 40 years, the dollar has benefited from two tailwinds this year. The most important, according to a handful of currency strategists on Wall Street, is the widening differential between interest rates in the US and the rest of the world. Would these tailwinds keep the dollar much higher in the coming months, or would it crash as predicted by some economists? We would find out as we go on. Do ensure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Don't save dollars because you're just a sucker if you do that. So save real money, buy gold and silver, and accumulate assets, real assets outside the United States that pay good dividends, and that during an inflationary time period, so you want to own companies that can immediately pass on their higher costs to their consumers by raising their prices. So you want to have businesses where you know the customer is going to pay the higher price, because there are some businesses where, if you raise your price, you're going to lose your customers. Or, there's a hierarchy of needs, and there are certain things that people need, and they're going to buy the things they need before the things they want. And if the things they need get really expensive, well, they have to give up some of the things that they want. So I want to own the companies that are selling the stuff that people need, because that's where you have the most success at raising prices and still maintaining your customers. So you need these inflation hedges. You got to get out of the dollar. You got to understand the enormity of the change that is about to take place, and the profound impact it's going to have on the standard of living in the United States.
This is a call to action to everyone living in the US and beyond, because a major economic showdown is about to come and the currencies are not even left out as well. If gold keeps making its leeway as it is now, it would be a matter of time before we see a complete revolution, a change in power, and that is something you don't want to get caught up in, and that's why you should take initiative now and do what you must. A return to the gold standard would mean a rejection of the dollar standard, and so if the dollar was no longer desired as the reserve, the dollar will collapse, because we have a record trade deficit, which is enormous, and that's because the world took dollars in exchange of their stuff. But if we go back to the gold standard, it means the world would no longer take dollars and we would have to give them gold, which we don't have, or we have to produce stuff which we don't have because we don't have the factory, we don't have the infrastructure, the labor force, the supply chains, so the dollar is going to collapse, and all of these products Americans take for granted are all going to be gone because they wouldn't be able to afford them. It's going to be so expensive, and the entire America standard of living is going to collapse. However, it's not going to make a lot of difference to other countries outside because they don't issue a reserve currency. Take, for instance, the New Zealand dollar is not a reserve currency, so if you want to import something, you have to export something. So people in New Zealand have to earn dollars, but in the US we don't have to earn dollars, we just print them. But now people in New Zealand would start to earn gold instead of dollars, but the change for America is huge because we used to be able to print dollars, we can't print gold, we have to earn gold just like everybody else, and that's a game changer for America. But it's also a game changer for people who are saving in dollars, people who are hoping to retire. If you think you're going to retire on a bunch of dollars, you have another thing coming. It's the dollar that is going to retire, and you have to keep working, unless you take action now to divest yourself of US dollars and focus on assets and buy some real things, foreign stocks, properties, real things. You have to get out of paper and go into actual things that have real value and can generate real income. Do you agree with many financial experts that the end of the US dollar is coming soon? Please let us know your opinion in the comment. Please don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do so. Thanks for watching.